Have you ever looked at a picture of someone you're intensely attracted to and felt an almost physical pull, a rush that takes over your entire being? Now look at this brain scan. On the left, you see the brain of someone experiencing a rush from a powerful stimulant. On the right, you see the brain of someone looking at a photo of a person they're deeply in love with. The activated areas, glowing brightly, are almost identical. That uncanny resemblance isn't a coincidence. It's a window into one of the most powerful and primitive systems in our brains, the dopamine reward system. This is the very same neural circuitry that governs motivation, desire, and yes, even addiction. When you feel that spark, that instant magnetic connection with someone, your brain is kicking off a powerful chemical reaction. It's not just a feeling. It's a biological imperative, a carefully orchestrated symphony of neurochemicals designed to make you pursue a connection. Understanding this process can help explain why attraction feels so all-consuming, so much like a potent drug. At the very heart of this intense experience is a neurotransmitter called dopamine. Think of dopamine as the brain's go-getter chemical. It's released when we anticipate something rewarding, whether it's a delicious meal, a personal achievement, or in this case, the potential for a deep, meaningful connection with another person. When you meet someone who truly captivates you, your brain's ventral tegmental area, or VTA, springs into action. This region, a key player in the reward system, starts pumping dopamine into other parts of your brain, most notably the nucleus accumbens. This surge is what creates that exhilarating feeling of euphoria, the giddiness, and the sense that you're on top of the world. This initial dopamine rush is what makes you want more. It's the brain's way of saying, hey, this is important. Pay attention to this person. Pursue this. It sharpens your focus, increases your energy, and makes you feel incredibly motivated to get closer to the object of your affection. Every text message, every shared glance, every small interaction can trigger another little hit of dopamine, reinforcing the behavior and making you crave the next encounter. But the story doesn't end with dopamine. As the initial attraction deepens, another powerful chemical joins the party, norepinephrine. This neurotransmitter is closely related to adrenaline and is responsible for the fight or flight response. When you're falling for someone, norepinephrine floods your system, creating those classic physical symptoms of infatuation. Ever felt your heart race when they walk into the room? That's norepinephrine. Have you ever had sweaty palms or a feeling of butterflies in your stomach before a date? Again, that's norepinephrine at work. This chemical is also responsible for the incredible surge of energy and the sleepless nights that often accompany new love. It narrows your focus, making it hard to concentrate on anything or anyone else. Your brain is essentially putting all its resources into this one person, heightening your memory of every little detail about them, the sound of their laugh, the way they smile, the specific scent of their perfume or cologne. It's a state of hyper-awareness, all geared toward strengthening the potential bond. As your brain is being flooded with these powerful feel-good and get-going chemicals, another fascinating change is happening in the background. Your levels of serotonin, a neurotransmitter associated with mood, calm, and rational thinking, begin to drop. This is a crucial piece of the puzzle because lower serotonin levels are also a hallmark of obsessive-compulsive disorder. This drop in serotonin can explain the obsessive, all-consuming thoughts that often characterize the early stages of a passionate attraction. You might find yourself replaying conversations over and over in your head, constantly checking your phone for messages, and daydreaming endlessly about the person. It's as if the rational, calm part of your brain has taken a back seat, allowing the more primitive, desire-driven parts to take the wheel. This chemical imbalance makes you more likely to idealize the person, focusing only on their positive qualities while conveniently overlooking any potential red flags. It's a state of temporary, love-induced obsession, driven by a brain that is biochemically primed to fixate. As the connection progresses from initial attraction to a deeper bond, another hormone enters the scene, oxytocin, often called the cuddle hormone or the bonding hormone. Oxytocin is released during moments of physical closeness, like hugging, holding hands, and intimate moments. Its primary role is to foster feelings of trust, attachment, and long-term connection. While dopamine creates the initial craving and desire, oxytocin is what helps to solidify that desire into a stable, lasting bond. It promotes a sense of calm and security when you're with the person, making their presence feel safe and comforting. This is the chemical that transforms the frantic energy of early infatuation into the warm, steady glow of a committed relationship. This progression from a dopamine-driven chase to an oxytocin-fueled bond is where the parallels with addiction become strikingly clear. The initial stages of attraction mirror the high of a drug, a euphoric rush that you want to experience again and again. Your brain quickly learns to associate the person with this intense reward. Over time, just like with a substance, you can begin to develop a tolerance. The initial, heart-pounding thrill might lessen, and you might need more significant interactions or deeper levels of intimacy to achieve the same level of emotional reward. Your brain's reward pathways have adapted, and now the presence of that person has become your new normal, your baseline for feeling good. This is the foundation of emotional dependency, where your sense of well-being becomes deeply intertwined with the relationship. This is precisely why a breakup can feel so physically and emotionally devastating. When that person is suddenly gone, your brain is thrown into a state of acute withdrawal. The steady supply of dopamine and oxytocin that you've grown accustomed to is abruptly cut off, and your brain's chemistry is sent into a tailspin. This abrupt chemical shift is what causes the intense pain and craving that follow a separation. You're not just missing the person. Your brain is literally jonesing for the neurochemical cocktail that their presence provided. The feelings of anxiety, depression, sleeplessness, and loss of appetite are not just in your head. They are genuine physiological symptoms of withdrawal, akin to what someone experiences when quitting a powerful substance. The pain is real because the dependency was real at a fundamental biological level. Your reward system is screaming for its fix, and the object of your affection is the only thing that can provide it. This is why it can be so hard to stop thinking about an ex-partner, and why you might feel a compulsive urge to reach out to them, even when you know it's not a good idea. Your brain is simply trying to get back to the state where it felt rewarded and stable. So, how do we navigate these incredibly powerful biological forces without getting completely swept away? The key is perspective. Understanding the chemistry of attraction doesn't diminish its magic. It empowers you to approach it with awareness and intention. Recognize that the intense, all-consuming feelings of early attraction are, in part, a temporary chemical state. Enjoy the ride, but also try to maintain a connection to your own life, your friends, and your hobbies. This helps to ensure that your sense of self-worth and happiness isn't solely dependent on one person and their neurochemical effect on you. When a relationship ends, be kind to yourself and acknowledge that you are going through a legitimate withdrawal process. Give yourself time to heal, just as you would from a physical ailment. Engaging in other rewarding activities, like exercise, creative projects, or spending time with supportive friends, can help to slowly retrain your brain's reward system, creating new pathways for dopamine and happiness that aren't tied to your former partner. Attraction is a powerful force, but with understanding, we can learn to manage its intensity in a healthy way. To learn more about the fascinating science behind human connection and relationships, be sure to follow and subscribe to Sex Education Repo.